Come with me to Apple's student experience in Los Angeles, California. Guys, I cannot wait to share with you everything that I did today. Here is me on my way to the event, feeling a little bit nervous but excited, and I could not believe my eyes when I pulled up to the most beautiful event location I have ever seen in my life. I'm a huge consumer of Apple in my daily life. I have been for years. So seeing all of this in front of me honestly felt like a dream come true, and I was super excited. We had a table full of condiments, and I loved these Apple branded cups as well. I made a friend who also goes to Pepperdine, so that was super exciting. And we began setting up our laptops. Also, that our jeans are like the same exact color. We explored around the different rooms a little bit. Look how beautiful this one was. And then continued fidgeting around on our laptop before we got introduced and orientated to this whole experience. Our very first workshop was with the beautiful and very talented ladies behind Good Girl Snacks. This is a snack company that launched very recently, and they taught us how they use the Apple ecosystem to market their hot girl pickles. We also got to play around on Canva and create some draft Instagram story promotions for their brand. And this was super interesting to learn all about social media marketing and how they managed to do it. So then we moved on to our second workshop in the room I was most excited to be in. I found myself a very comfortable seat over here. This workshop was all about reaching our highest selves, and it was very reflective for me to think about some goals and habits I wanted to implement in my life. We used the Apple application Freeform, which I was not familiar with, but after this workshop, I will be using often because it was so easy to create a vision board. Look how cute this is, and it took me literally about 5 minutes. I had no idea that this was on my Mac that whole time. And then we moved on into this room, which was very bright and sunny. I loved how each room kind of had a different vibe. We took a quick break. I grabbed myself a matcha, which was actually delicious. Look at it. And I also grabbed myself a little sandwich because I was feeling a little bit hungry. So this workshop was all about figuring out some features on our Mac that maybe we weren't too familiar with prior. Drinks myself. Obviously, it'd be more beautiful if I wasn't able to ride that in the air, but add some little doodles. This is me learning in real time that I could draw on my iPad and have it projected onto my laptop, which is something I never knew about before. Also figured out how to customize my little control center, and this is all of us working, creating content, and just picking up on some new tips. Of course, I customized my Mac to be pink. We also learned how to use cute overlays to replace our folders and how to use the widgets to create a really aesthetic Mac homepage. Now, I also learned how to drag videos from my laptop onto CapCut on my phone through screen mirroring. I had no idea this was a thing or how to utilize screen mirroring, so this was huge for me. And for our final event of the day, it was all about Final Cut Pro. I am an OG Final Cut Pro girly, so I was so excited to learn some little tips and tricks because I feel like there's never enough to learn. So this was our menu for today, and I got to explore the outside when we were filming our Dear Future Self video. From being a student in Manila applying to colleges in LA, hoping that I would get into one, to going to college, to now representing my university at an Apple event. Crazy where life will take you. As you can see, I was in awe of this entire experience, and the Apple team was super helpful answering any questions we had. I've always wanted to learn how to color grade on Final Cut Pro, and today I finally did. This was such a beneficial experience to me, not only as a student and in my school life, but also as a content creator, and it was amazing learning about all the features on my new sky blue MacBook Air with the M4 chip that I could utilize. And finally, it was time to say goodbye. I walk away from this a better student and creator. Guys, that was the best event, hands down, that I have ever been to. No words.